You're watching Duct Tape and Popsicle Sticks with Mike and Maria Keiser. Because sometimes you feel like your business is being held together by duct tape and popsicle sticks. On this show, you're not going to hear the latest business fad. You're going to get useful information that you can apply to your own business right now.
Hello and thanks for watching another life-changing episode of Duct Tape and Popsicle Sticks. I'm Mike Keiser, along with a woman who holds the world record for being covered by the largest number of bees, Maria Keiser. You're not even responding.
I can't.
Not even any kind of stinging commentary?
Okay. Good comeback.
Thank you. But I digress. You know, I was reading an article last week on, I think it was on Forbes.com, about this company called Mike.com, M-I-C.com.
Not M-I-K-E.
Not M-I-K-E.com. They were well, they still sort of are, a news aggregate site. But they made a decision a little while back to have no more written content. Everything they were going to do was going to be in video. And now they're laying off most of their staff and trying to sell the company off in pieces because I feel like they got too progressive. They felt like they needed to do something more cutting edge. You know, I'm searching for the right adjectives. And I was thinking back to somebody that we were working with a little while back who said, I'm not going to do email campaigns. That is so last year. I want to know what's next year. And so we're not saying to not try new things with the way you deliver your service or the way you market your service or your product. But I guess what we're saying, Maria, is you really need to pay attention to your marketplace and how they want delivery and how they want to be communicated with.
Absolutely. So if the audience was used to getting something in written form and now it's starting to come in video form, well, that might change the way they view it, the way the type of device they can use, so on and so on. Mm-hmm. So you have to think about who is your market and how are they going to absorb your content or experience your product. So if I bought a newspaper and then you sold me, and then I found out I really bought a video, I might be salty about that.
Right.
So definitely pay attention to your marketplace and find out how they want to receive the product that you offer. And like you said earlier, that doesn't mean you can't try new things, but try new things based on what your audience is saying that they want more of. That's a great point. Don't just change it on a whim because you want to be progressive or cutting edge. I was part of a podcast, I'm going to call it like 6-7 years ago. Mm-hmm. And when we were an audio podcast, we were getting about 15,000 listeners a week. Mm-hmm. When somebody made the decision that we were becoming a video podcast, we lost nearly everyone because that's not the way that people wanted to absorb the information. Right. So even though we're huge advocates of video, obviously you watch us every week, pay attention. Pay attention and find out what your customers want and find out how they can experience your product better. And you know the best way to nip that in the bud, because like we said, don't stay stagnant, but find out what they want. And if you do something new and one person complains but you don't see a big change, well then you know you've made the right decision. Mm-hmm. But if you see that several people can complain, because I guess for every one complaint there's 10 people that are not happy.
That just haven't taken the time.
If you're getting several complaints and you are seeing a drop off in your customer base, that should alert you that you need to go back to the way you were doing it. Best example I can give is when New Coke came out.
Remember New
Coke? You know, there were some people that loved it, but most people didn't like it. So what did Coke do? They went back to
classic
regular
Coke.
Old Coke. Yeah.
But they called it classic. What a wonderful example of what we're talking about today. That was a perfect example to end on. And I totally forgot at the beginning of the show to mention to you that everything you need to know is in the show notes below the video here.
You were so excited about today's topic.
I was so excited. So how to reach us, how to interact with us, how to get to our website, etc., etc. And did you have anything else you needed to say?
Nothing else.
As usual, thank you a million times for watching our videos, for hanging out with us every week. We really, really appreciate it. You've been watching Duct Tape and Popsicle Sticks, where we make your business better 3 minutes at a time.
Ciao for now.
You're watching Duct Tape and Popsicle Sticks with Mike and Maria Keiser.